Hi Taurus, how are you? Taurus, sorry that the lighting's really bad in this video. I'm actually doing this really late in the day, but I'm finding it so hard to find time to record these videos, which is why I haven't uploaded again in a while. But I'm just gonna have to start doing them late in the day, otherwise I'm never gonna find time to do them if I can't do them in the mornings. So at least I'm here. But Taurus, this is going to be just a general message, so if nothing resonates, that's fine. Hopefully something will resonate in the next video. Also, roles can be reversed, so if I'm interpreting the energy one way and you're resonating more with the other side, or vice versa, that's fine. It's just easier for me to interpret everything in one way. And there's no dates or time on this reading either, so hopefully when the message finds you, if it resonates, if you feel really drawn to the title, then that's great. Hopefully there's something in here for you, and if not, then hopefully there will be something in the future. So Taurus, let's crack on. Which deck do I want to start with? Let's start with this one. Message for Taurus. Message for Taurus. My energy feels very sort of quiet and grounded right now because I've already had a bit of a hectic day. This is the end of my day now, so everything's just kind of starting to simmer down now. So let's see. Oh, okay, so we have the Bright Mother. So straight away, Taurus, I want to say that you are turning your back on something. But there's something that you're not seeing quite clearly. I do want to say that whatever it is that you're turning your back on is actually something of the light. It's something of the light. It's something that brings with it a sense of newness, a sense of clarity, a sense of peace. Actually, it feels like a very peaceful sort of energy, and for some reason you're turning your back on it, Taurus. I'm not quite sure why yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. But what's coming through is perhaps maybe you're doing it a bit too hastily, a bit too quickly, Taurus. Taurians can be quite stubborn. No offense. I'm sure not all Taurians are stubborn out there, but you know, it is one of those characteristics that we often see with that placement, you know, because you're fixed earth. So, you know, it can be both a blessing and a curse sometimes, I do want to say. But yeah, you see how this crescent moon here, you know, it's literally nowhere near full. There's something about this that you're not seeing clearly. You're not seeing the bigger picture, so you're turning away from it a bit too soon, like you haven't given it chance yet to actually grow or bear fruit, because this is something that's actually come in. Do you see this small little cherub angel here, and this like globe, this glass orb that she's holding? This is something that's actually been brought in specifically because you've requested it, Taurus. Either in your subconscious you've been manifesting it, or you've actually actively asked for this thing to come into your life, and now that it's come into your life, it's come into your life in a way that maybe wasn't exactly how you pictured it. Because sometimes when we manifest things, you know, we have a certain idea in our head, we have a certain ideal of how we want it to look, how we want it to be, but that's not always how it's going to manifest from like the universe. That's not how it's necessarily going to turn up, but there will be themes from the things that you've asked for and a general sort of similarity to what it is that you asked, but the universe will bring you the right thing in the right way. So although we as human beings might put on perceptions of what we think it should be and how it should manifest, whatever it is that perhaps you've been trying to manifest or have subconsciously. It won't always come about in the way or in the package or at the time that you requested it or thought that would be best. This is what I'm saying. You're turning your back from something a bit too quickly. You're not actually seeing the potential. You're not seeing the potential or the bigger picture. And what you're not realizing is this actually, whatever it is, I'm unsure of what it is, but I'm sure you'll know what it is, whether it's a person, whether it's job opportunity, or whatever it is that you've been trying to bring in. It's been brought in exactly as you wished, but for some reason you're not seeing that. Like, you haven't clocked it yet. You're sort of just brushing it aside and not giving it the time of day that it needs. You're not giving it the time that it needs to bear fruit so that you can actually understand that this is what you've asked for, even though it's not necessarily exactly how you pictured it. So we'll get another card. Another card, please, for this story for Taurus. Sorry, the light is going to keep dropping out as the video goes on, but we're just going to work with it. Okay. See, what was I saying? We've just had the Friends card come out. So if this is romantic, Taurus, if someone has come in to your life recently, I want to say recently, but you know, this could also be something that, you know, maybe you've had a friend for a long time that is actually, you know, the perfect love interest for you, but because you've friend zoned them, you're not seeing them in the light that actually is their potential and what could be. Or it's that someone new has recently come into your world, perhaps through a friendship group, like a social setting, a social gathering, or through mutual friends, or, as I say, someone that, you know, you've perhaps newly found a friendship with, and perhaps the other person has feelings or is starting to develop feelings, and maybe they've just recently shared that with you. And Taurus is a bit like, oh no, this isn't what this is. This isn't what I anticipated this to be. You know, we're just buddies, you know, and we're having fun. You know, don't get too serious. It's like Taurus is saying, don't get too serious. Perhaps because Taurus, you move very, very slowly. Okay, you move slowly, you're fixed earth. It takes a long time for you to move. It takes a long time for you to kind of usher in change, because you're a very steady, solid, stable kind of energy, you know. So if things rush in a bit too quickly, it's too much for you. Like, things take a long time to develop. So perhaps if someone hadn't voiced, or you're not picking up on these kind of, maybe you're picking up on intuitive hits that you know that someone kind of has their eye on you, or someone kind of likes you, and you're just like, no, friend zone. Okay, like, you stay over there, I stay over here, like, this is what this is, we're friends. And maybe because you're picking up on those intuitive hits, or someone's actually said to you, hey, Taurus, you know, I kind of like you, do you want to go out for a drink or something? Taurus isn't seeing like, no, turning away, no, this is not what this is, and that's why you're turning your back. And maybe if you weren't picking up on those intuitive hits, or someone didn't voice how they were feeling, you would have given this more time, and then something could have naturally more developed. But it's kind of like this whole video, or this whole message, is wanting to come through like, okay, this person might be moving quite quickly, too quickly for Taurus, because there's something about the other person that is quite innocent and quite a bit younger. Like, this is your person here, this is you up here, Taurus. Like, you're quite well developed, you know, you see how you're very sort of assured, looking forward, rock steady, but this individual down here is just like, hallelujah. Like, super carefree, like not a care in the world. It's a very young energy. So even if this person isn't young in age, they might just be very young in spirit. They might, you know, be very much in touch with their inner child, just very playful, very sweet, very innocent. And, you know, hold on, there's a lot of information coming through now. Taurus, when you fall for someone, or you start to develop feelings for them, because it's taken a longer time for them to develop and to come to the surface, it runs deep for you, which is why you wouldn't jump into anything too quickly, which is why if someone moves quite quickly, you can almost see it as, it comes across as like insincere, not sincere, because you don't understand how someone could maybe develop an attraction that quickly, or they could develop feelings that quickly. But Taurus, what you kind of need to understand is every single person is their own. Everyone moves through their emotions very, very differently. Some people, you know, particularly water signs, so this person might be a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But some people, you know, the realm of emotions, the realm of feelings is very, very natural to them. I can relate to this. It's just something that feels incredibly natural. So for me personally, you know, I can develop an attraction quite quickly to someone, but it doesn't mean that it's not sincere. Do you see what I mean, Taurus? It doesn't mean that it isn't sincere just because it develops maybe quicker, and maybe that's what you kind of need to understand. It's almost like now this card is kind of coming through, like you almost need to see it from a different perspective. You kind of need to turn back around and instead look forward, look straight at it, and try and understand it for what it is. And understand that, you know, although it might be a bit too quick and too fast, or you might be put off because you're intuitively picking up that this other person has a bit of an interest in you. But it doesn't mean that it's not sincere, their intrigue. They just might find it, they just might be very, you know, very in touch with their emotions. I'm not saying that's you, Taurus. I'm just saying, you know, there's different speeds on how you're working here, because I think this is two people. There's just very, very different speeds, and you know, maybe you just kind of need to turn around, Taurus, and you know, if someone has voiced their interest in you, you know, just communicate. Just be like, hey, that's really sweet of you, but you know, we've just not long met, or you know, I'm enjoying being friends right now. Could we maybe just stay as that, and you know, maybe we can see where things go. You know, there's something here, you need to communicate something, because going back to the start of the video, you're turning away a bit too soon, you're shutting it off a bit too soon, because there is a potential of something here. I'm not guaranteeing what it is, but the message is really clear that you're turning away from something that has specifically been brought in for you, Taurus, because you asked for it. You're turning away from it too soon, and you just need to give it a bit more time. Or like I say, you just need to maybe talk to this person. Hold on, I actually want to change deck. I'm going to go with this one. Let's get some more, please, for Taurus. Taurus. It's actually quite nice because the sky's actually brightened loads since I started your reading. What was I saying about like this little bulb of light that's been brought in for you, and then the sky was like black when I started this reading, because it was really, really heavy rain clouds, and it's gone a lot lighter outside now, and I can actually see sort of cracks of blue sky, so that's nice. You can see me a little bit better now. It doesn't seem like I'm doing it in the dead of night anymore. Anyway, another card for Taurus, please. Another card for Taurus. Just checking that's the right way around. Don't want. Ooh, Okay, there's far too many cards that have just fallen out. Let's put them back in the pack. God, it's really blue sky out now. I mean, it's still raining, but it's really, really brightened up. It's a nice contrast, actually. Sorry, we're just gonna have to wait for another card to come out because I don't want to rush the deck, because if anything, slower shuffles mean more specific cards. God, 4 cards again. That's too many. Too many. That's just too many, Taurus. I'm sorry. That video is gonna be so long otherwise. Oh, there we go. 2. We'll take 2, Taurus. Okay. You've got the Queen of Swords and the 4 of Swords. What was I saying, Taurus? You're very much like in your mind. See how you've just, it's like you've put the whole situation to rest. You see, you're just, like, this is you, Taurus. You're just not responding. You're like, nope, I'm going to bed. I'm not on board with this situation. No. Taurus is just like gone to sleep. There's something about it that does make you uncomfortable, because I mean, it's a shame that it doesn't focus, but there's a very uncomfortable look on this this person's face here. It's like you've buried it in the ground quicker than it needed to, or too quickly. This is what I'm saying, Taurus. It's just the same message kind of coming through, like turn back, Taurus. You gave up on something too quickly. Now, if everyone needs to use their common sense here, okay? God, it's gone. So I love how bright it's gone outside suddenly, right? Everyone needs to use their common sense here a little bit, okay? If you've been in a horrible situation and someone's been treating you terribly, I'm not saying go back to that person, okay? That's not what I'm saying. This message that's coming through, it's like a friend that's just admitted their feelings, like a good friend, or someone that you've recently met through mutual friends and they're moving a little bit too quickly for you. And whichever Taurus that I'm connecting with isn't one that develops feelings quickly. You know, you kind of shy away from emotions a little bit. It takes a long time for them to develop and for them to flourish. Okay, so it's that kind of a situation. Someone's come in, someone's a friend, something like that, okay? And you've put it to rest too quickly, Taurus. Too quickly. And when this Queen of Swords comes in, this is what I was saying about the communication. Queen of Swords is very direct communication, very clear, very concise, but still very gentle, okay? Because she's the queen, all right? Queens are all yin energy, they're all feminines, right? So this is emphasizing what I was saying about you need to have a conversation with this person. You need to turn back, have an open and honest conversation about where you're at, how you're feeling about the situation. Make it two-way, you know, listen to them, listen to their side of it. You know, they might just apologize and be like, I'm sorry, like, this is just how I've kind of approached things in the fast, in the fast. There you go. This is how I've approached things in the past, which is probably fast. So I didn't realize that things need to go a bit slower. That's fine. Or, you know, oh, okay, if that's making you uncomfortable, I'll back off. We can just stay friends for now. You know, I have a feeling that whoever I'm connecting with, the person that you're going to talk to is going to be incredibly receptive to what you actually have to say. They'll be incredibly receptive to it, and I actually think it'll be a very successful conversation. There's literally nothing here that indicates anything negative. In fact, the whole thing feels incredibly light, and I think that Taurus actually having that conversation with that person, very, very clear, very direct, but still gentle, you know, no harsh words, just very clear, concise and gentle. I feel like that actually is gonna ease your mind quite a bit, and it's gonna pull the weight off your chest, because you see how we've gone from like closed arms here to open arms here. And I do, you know, this is what I'm saying, Taurus, about you turning away from it too quickly. We've gone from this crescent moon to a complete full moon here. So that I think, Taurus, if you're resonating with this message, there is a potential for emotions to develop here in the fullness of time. There is potential for emotions to develop between the two of you. You just need to shift your perspective a little bit, Taurus, and realize that actually what's been brought in is what you asked for, even if it's not necessarily in the package that you expected. Okay? It might not be in the package that you expected, but it is what you asked for. It kind of feels like it wants to end there. So Taurus, I hope that resonated for you. I'm sure you know if it did, and if it didn't, then hopefully we'll have something in another video for you in the future. And yeah, just I've got that song in my head, if I could turn back time. That's what you need to do, Taurus. You need to turn back time a little bit, turn around and just have a little rethink before you go storming away, charging away like the bull that you are. Okay, Taurus, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that I will see you in my next one. Mwah! Goodbye, Taurus.